Definitely not going to be an easy affair. I mean, even if you have the Clockwork in that lane, you would play a 2 range versus 2 melee matchup. One of the range on the opposing side is a Nature's Prophet, which is very hard to deal with as a... I mean, if you get on top of her, she dies. But she's in tower range, so most of the time you won't be able to get that close to the Nature's Prophet anyway. And even if you get like a really big vacuum wall play going on, Timbersaw uses one Whirling Death and all the illusions are dead.
Yeah, I'm also slightly afraid for Winter Bear's off lane. Seems like it's gonna be easy playing with Darkseer. There isn't much synergy between these heroes, and you're also Darkseer into 2 range heroes. So that's gonna be... I want to see how much he's gonna be able to get from this lane, because in the previous one he was the kind of driving factor of the team. Wherever he went, the rest of the team did follow him. In this one, laning stage wise, he's gonna have much worse time compared to the first game.
Yeah, the game 1 he played on that Tide, of course, completely safe. No one could harm him at all, and he was just relaxingly farming. This time around, you might want to get some more jungle farms going. Kachal, nicely done. Walks underneath the tower range behind the trees, so knows that there's an observer ward on the high ground, pings it out, and Corey will immediately be forced to deny his own observer ward. Make sure that they don't get the gold. But yeah, probably another game where you might want to get some stacks going. You have a Gyrocopter, you have a Darkseer, 2 heroes that love taking stacks, especially the Gyrocopter with a couple of levels of the flat cannon to get his quick Ags, Chrysalis, and go ham.
Yeah, and now you have Vengeful Spirit in bottom, so that's gonna be some easy stacks made in the triangle with Wave of Terror stacking both camps. You can already see Kachal, he can't really get close, and Yeezy dropping low. This might be first blood if they decide to commit, but yeah, a bit of a pause coming out from Kachal.
It seems a slight DC they're coming in. Hopefully no sticking issues, but yeah, as a Vengeful Spirit, like in general, playing against an Nature's Prophet and then also playing against an Nature's Prophet from the trees is really dangerous. You get hit by a Sprout, you're not going to get out. Like, if you throw 4 tangos to cut all the trees around you, you still will be stuck and surrounded by more trees. It is really annoying.
Yeah, you gotta be careful where you're playing when you're against support NP.
And top lane, I mean, Gyro is actually pretty good against Timbersaw. That's one plus that they have. And Rubik is not the greatest. Against Clockwork, obviously, you have lift and you can drag him away. But the Timbersaw might not have the full freest lane that he would like to have. There is definitely kill potential between the two sides, especially, you know, once level 6 gets reached, you got the call down on one hand, that's a lot of damage, but there's also the Timbersaw with the chakram, so I think the moment you hit level 6 in that top lane on either side, it's going to be go time for the kill.
One hero that Timber doesn't like to play into is Clockwork. Battery Assault, stopping his Timber Chain, heavy magical damage. And looking at what Gyro has in his quick buy, if I saw Falcon Blade, that would mean that he would put like multiple points into Rocket Barrage, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be the case. They still might be able to get some kills onto Timbersaw, like level 2, level 3. I could see him potentially dying, but not gonna be an easy one because of the Rubik's Lift, what you mentioned.
Yeah, there's a bit of that save behind it. Bottom, I definitely think that there's going to be a couple of kills onto the Winter Bear side. In response, I mean, maybe you could... It's hard to get a kill onto the Nature's Prophet or Wind Ranger as a response with the...
Yeah, I don't see them dying in this lane. Wind Ranger who can run away with Wind Run. Nature's Prophet very high on stats. I assume he's going to be changed to Universal at one point because no, he doesn't strike me as intelligence hero anymore now that we added Universal heroes.
Yeah, but you can't put everything to Universal. Otherwise, eventually, every hero will be like Winter Wyvern is also not a hero that I'd be like, yep, that seems like a universal hero to me. Sure, why not? Okay, makes sense.
What if every hero is universal?
Then the game would be really boring. Actually, not really boring, but it would be slightly less boring.
Fun, yeah.
Fun. I mean, even Darkseer is universal. And what was it? Well, Vengeful Spirit's also universal. That one actually kind of doesn't make sense. But you even have talents now on heroes that also turn you into universal with the Viper.
That's a weird one for sure. It's like, you know what? I'm building into all these stats, getting Manta style, Dragonlance, and yeah, it's suddenly you're like, well, here's an extra 150 damage on my hero. Not bad.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Just change the entire freaking base of the hero. Cool. I'm actually checking out which... oh yeah, Timbersaw is also universal, so now he's got insane right clicks. Clockwork I find a weird one to be universal.
Yeah, I still feel Clockwork could be strength. He does strike me as a strength hero. For example, Vengeful Spirit. This is not an edgy hero, so yeah, Universal really does fit it. Same goes for Darkseer. I think Darkseer also, you know, it's not like he was Intelligence hero before.
Which
but,
also didn't strike me as correct, but yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so some of these heroes that were kind of like in the middle in terms of stats, what they do and everything. So Universal does make sense. When it was first introduced, I'm like, what the hell is this?
And then I mean, in the beginning it was like every team had at least four universal heroes in their lineup, otherwise you'd suck.
Void Spirit.
Yeah, Void Spirit, Snapfire, like they just... Bat Rider was also always picked. And you just got owned because they had like 100 more damage than any other hero in the game at any stage.
First blood.
Ooh, that's not supposed to happen.
Oh, they got level 2, I believe, before, and then killed him. He's still level 1. Was paying attention to the bottom lane, but yeah, as you said, I don't think this should happen. I don't think Gyro should die. I mean, they had the same issue in the previous game where they like didn't really lane well in their safe lane. It was mostly like litter plays coming out from Mikey and also Kachal, but this time around it's going to be much more difficult. Kaori keeping mid, stealing bottle refill, and they were going back to the bottom lane.
I'm actually kind of intrigued by the fact
It's rude.
Yeah, well, that first of all, but I'm intrigued by the fact that Flak Cannon, if you use it on creeps and it hits the Timbersaw, it doesn't give him a reactive armor stack. I would have thought that it would have given him a reactive armor stack because it's weird. It's technically an attack, but it's also not.
Yeah, Dota 2.
Yep, that would be too. It's like there was someone asking in chat a couple of days ago about like the interaction between Tombstone and Rolling Thunder. If you could like bounce against the Tombstone and back, and then someone in chat was like, "Oh my God, you're so stupid! Of course that doesn't work." And I'm thinking, yeah, but it works with ice shards and it works with cogs. Why doesn't it work with the freaking Tombstone? It's a gigantic Tombstone. He should bounce against it. It makes no sense.
It's not a building. It's I don't even know what it classifies at, but yeah. Winterbear having some internet issues. Hopefully that is fixed soon, so we can continue with the game. But how's mid lane doing? Pretty even, 13-3 against 13-0 on side of Noob. Want to see what the build on that Prophet is gonna be. It's a good Yule's game. I don't know if you should like rush it, but might be a setup for some Storm Spirit. They're really lacking in like stun department. Any kind of a control against Timbersaw. It would also be good. I've seen people theory crafting more when they are in this kind of situation. Pick up Road of Atos against Storm, against Timber, Windranger to keep them in place. Could be just like a casual item for that Prophet, since that's exactly what you need. A little bit of HP, some mana, some damage.
I was actually thinking about the internet issues for a second. The MENA region is really freaking huge if you think about it. Like, it's Morocco is part of the MENA region as well, and so is Iran. They're like half away across the planet from each other. One's West Africa, the other one is like full on Middle East. I mean, even Eastern Middle East.
Yeah, I thought there was gonna be some like Road of Atos reference, but we got into geography real quick.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about the entire the MENA region as a whole, and like what countries entail with it and such. I always like seeing what countries are part of what region specifically. I mean, we now it's called EU, but we used to have what, the CIS region.
Yeah, it was CIS and Western Europe pretty much. Bottom lane, Darkshire doing slightly better than I expected. Malik in a bit of a trouble, but it seems like Voik is in trouble.
And Reality will be able to get the kill onto Omar. A lot of damage to be pumped out. Malik actually takes a heap more damage than he would like, while Kachal dies bottom lane with the noob rotation. A level 4 Storm Spirit rotation as well. Jeezy dies, double kill for noob. Okay, that's a pretty good moment to
Top lane,
get a kill.
Nature's Prophet's gonna TP in.
Oh, already going for the fight. He's taking a lot of damage actually on the Nace Prophet, but will be able to get the kill and walk away.
Yeah, lanes are going real bad for Winterbear in this one. They're losing. I mean, Storm Spirit going for 3-minute bounty rune and then getting a double kill out of it is something that should not happen. Plus, also them killing enemy safe laner. He, in the end, the reality did go for 2 points in Rocket Barrage to try to square up and fight against this Timbersaw, but eventually, if you're not getting the kills, you will start to fall off. Currently sitting at only 9 CS, so that's a bit of a bummer.
I was actually thinking about how sad that must feel right now for the mid DP. He had a really good lane against Noob on that Storm Spirit. He was doing a very good job keeping him low the entire time, and then, you know, Noob walks away, comes back with 2 kills, and you're like, guys, why is this happening? I was winning my lane. It's one of those moments where you get really pissed off at the rest of your team. You're doing your job and they're screwing it up for you. But that's why it's a team game. Gotta be there to support them.
They left Reality alone in this top lane, so there is Blood Grenade available plus left. I could see Reality dying one more time. They're trying to make a move on a mid lane. Because Noob is still level 5. There is Kaori TPing, and these are some freebies for PSG Quest.
They're definitely looking a lot better this time around on PSG Quest. And will they be able to keep that going is the question. Mikey gets blocked off. They deny the Arcane Rune. No bottle refill coming through. Jeezy's trying to catch up to Corey. Jeezy's level 2, by the way. Really on the struggle bus on this Vengeful Spirit. Spot out where Noob is. He is level 6, so he'll be able to get the zip away. Death Prophet. He doesn't actually have Exorcism on Mikey. 3 points in Spirit Siphon and 3 points in Crypt Swarm.
Guess his catapult died and he did not want to skill it. But yeah, both supports are extremely underleveled. They need that XP rune. They can't allow Kaori to potentially TP and steal it. That would be game losing. It's already 3k gold lead for PSG Quest.
Yeah.
Let's see if Kaori maybe wants to go for it. TP is available. Dire and Radiant scan at the same time. He's TPing it, faking it.
Dire's middle tower
They do have a bit of a recovery possibility here with this juicy ancient stack made by the Dire side. They need to be careful that it doesn't get stolen, because if Timbersaw is like, ooh, money. It did get, okay, it did get pinged out by the Vengeful Spirit. I was like, did it get pinged out by Quest? They probably know that there's going to be stacks in the area though. But it's the question when the Gyrocopter is going to head that direction. He has level 2 flat cannon, probably level 3. Should definitely go there before it goes wrong. Kachal's going to take the smaller camp. So I guess the Ancient will go to the Gyro to recover.
Top lane, Stoic dropping almost immediately. Malik is level 6, so almost impossible to defend yourself.
Chopped down. Mikey gets jumped. Has that Spirit Siphon still to keep himself going. Noob rotated right behind the DP, and they... Even if the DP pops Exorcism, it's really hard to have a lockdown on the enemies. That's why he's going for the Rod of Aethos for a second.
Yeah, they do lack some of the stuns. Why I mentioned it, that could be an item of a choice, but not gonna be an easy one. And the reality put even a third point into Rocket Barrage, and most likely just gonna die here to Malik.
Trying to get as many creeps as possible before he drops. Malik is just on a wear and tear. 303 on the Timbersaw. Nothing really to hold him back. And it might just be another one for our statistic of Timbersaw kind of always freaking wins.
It's a wild hero. We may be overtuned this hero with some direct buffs and also indirect buffs with new items that you can buy, neutral items that you get. Remember the time where there was, what was it called? Ironwood Tree? Neutral item. And then you always had Timber Chain. You could have placed it. They would have loved to have that one. Have Wind Ranger, so good way of shackling.
I mean, I'm happy that they removed a bunch of the items. I will never forgive them for the the repair kit.
Oh, repair kit. Yeah, that was it had.
That's
what did it have? It had multi-shot, and then like if you get it, you're like, okay, we lost. You're trying to push, they delay. Treant Protector plus repair kit.
Yeah, you're just like, we got a fast lineup, repair kit on the tower. Why is this a thing? We can't kill it for the next 40 seconds. Ogori.
We had a lot of wild ones in Dota. I think the biggest one for me was these shrouds, moonwells. What were they called? The ones that replenish HP and mana when you clicked on them.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were in your base and randomly on a spot on the map. I think. I mean, the map changes are always just really cool because it completely changes the dynamic of the game, and they find stuff that I would not even think about.
Yeah, because it was impossible to push high ground.
Yeah, they just stand there, click on it.
I don't know what they're called, so I'm gonna call them moonwalls. I forgot the word, but
probably just shrine.
Shrines, yeah, maybe shrines. Yeah.
I mean, it's so long ago. God, I can't remember. At least they keep some things in the game and remove others, and they removed the thing that was really annoying, so I'm happy about that. Kachal's gonna get zipped on and very quickly taken care of. Omar even steals the wall of replica, which means that Mikey and Stoic and Jeezy are gonna head the other direction. The supports are not level 6 just yet, which is problematic, especially for Clockwork. Without Hookshot, you've got kind of nothing.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's bottom tower is under
Winterbear tried to go for a wraparound. There was no exorcism available. It's still on cooldown for 60 seconds, 60 plus.
Actually,
it's gonna be very hard.
Who took the ancient stack?
I think Darkshire took the at least tried to take one in the triangle because he was using Iron Shell on the big creeps.
Ah, okay. I wasn't sure if it got stolen by like Timbersaw walking by, or because the storm zipped from that direction. Maybe would have tried something wild. He has his own stacks actually on Noob in their triangle that are pretty huge, but not as huge as how this Malik with almost the full Eternal Shroud is ready to rumble.
First item, Eternal Shroud, Seeds of Serenity. So his regeneration, magic resistance is going to be through the roof. I don't see him dying. I'm not sure if they can kill Malik unless they bring like 4 heroes on top of him.
And even then, I think he'd probably take 3 with them. The 2 supports definitely will just get absolutely destroyed. A couple of those chakrams plus whirling death smacks. Oh, they're gonna smoke up. TA 2000. He's got the Maelstrom ready, and they're looking for a possible catch fight in the mid lane. Mikey has a Rod of Atos, which is nice. They're going to be zipping onto Mikey. Do they have enough damage to burst him down before he gets some spells off? Yes, they do. On the side, Omar with Stoic right next to him. TA 2000 gets himself a second kill, chasing for Jeezy. The swap might keep him alive for a little bit longer. Needs to make sure that he does not walk into the tree range. Unfortunately, Malik can be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. 8k net worth lead now for PSG Quest. And yeah, this is a rough one. It's not like Winter Bear's lineup does that well from behind.
Yeah, and they're stealing some of their stacks right now. I believe this one is very, very hard for Winter Bear to recover. They don't have the heroes who can make like these type of plays. They rely on Dead Prophet ulti. If you misuse that, you're not going to be able to fight for like 2 minutes plus. And now they're going to smoke, try to make something happen.
Malik TP's back to base. Kaori is going for the Orchid. First item on the Nature's Prophet. Position 5. Just want to throw it out there because that's how good his game has been going so far. Rubik Aetherland.
Radiant are scanning.
Any other interesting surprises? Noob's already got the Witchblade done, so he has potential to solo kill anyone he encounters. Sorry, the observer spots him. So they do manage to get that kill, turn it in towards the tier 1 tower. That's at least a little bit of space to be made here for the side of Winter Bear.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good thing for them is Quest doesn't have the most tower damage. There are no treants from Nature's Prophet yet. Timber doesn't deal tower damage. Wind Ranger is so-so unless she uses Focus Fire on the tower. But so yeah, they might play this game for another good 15-20 minutes. The problem is there's going to be Roche attempt from Quest coming out relatively soon, I assume, with Focus Fire. Nature's Prophet can easily TP there, tank up, and it's already being pinged out. Kaori is like, immediately, let's do it.
Yeah, there's, of course, still a Gyro in the game, and he is not the most farmed. He's actually the least farmed of all the cores, but a Gyrocopter in the late game can also still be very dangerous to deal with. So, I'm not saying that they're on a timer in the slightest. They definitely aren't on a timer, but there's always the threat of, you know, Aghanim Scepter, Gyro with Satanic and Daedalus, and he just stands his ground. Gotta get the items, push faster. Wind Ranger is a great hero to take down other safe laners. AoE team fights make it a little bit rougher, but luckily enough they do have a Storm as the, and the Timbersaw obviously, as a backup to get the damage in.
Well, they just saw Mikey, so might initiate on him. This high ground obs. Let's cut him out for a second. And you mentioned Noob. You could go for solo kills with this Witchblade, and we'll do so. We'll kill Yeezy immediately.
Yeah, he's got the Aegis anyway, plus the haste rune was still going Kaya Sanj next. He doesn't have anything to fear at this stage. They have a severe lack of lockdown on Winter Bear. Even the Darkseer is going for Guardian Greaves, so a lot more defensively oriented. I think they expect to go for the high ground defense already. Michelle, vacuum wall onto 2. Nice catch coming out. Malik actually taking a lot of damage
he's
here.
dropping.
And tries to get the Timber Chain away. Is going to get finished off, and that is huge. A 4-kill streak, but a lot of gold. That's more than 1 grand going to the Dire side. Hold on, I guess. And Rocket Barrage is still not too shabby.
That was well done. Timbersaw pretty much exploded. He wishes he bought maybe Sanj instead of this Kaya now. And they're chasing Mikey. And they catch him. There's also Reality coming with a little bit of mana. There's the silence. Rod of Aethos. They're committing.
Yeah, they're going in pretty heavily. TA2000. The swap comes back. He is going to drop in another big kill on a core. PSG Quest, they're loosing up a little bit, and that is a very dangerous thing to do. Rod of Aethos is available against Noob. He still has that Aegis, of course, but he is going to lose that Aegis. And they're looking to try and lock him down. The Cogs, nice lift to interrupt it, but the hook shot's not going to be able to connect. The Noob zips by. Reality will die to Kaori and Malik in the meantime. While they were so focused on the enemy's course, they forgot about their own.
Radiant
Great save, by the way, coming out from Omar. That was 100% going to be a kill otherwise.
Yeah, Cogs into silence. No way Storm Spirit can defend himself against that. But yeah, some signs of life from Winterbear. Even though things went horribly wrong for them in early game, they managed to recover. And I see Yeezy trying to farm up his Aghanim Scepter. It's a very greedy one, but if he somehow because Vengeful Spirit doesn't really farm. This hero wants to fight, and maybe if he finds Philosopher's Stone as his neutral item, that's gonna help him. But it's gonna be a lot of dead net worth on you until you get that Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, it's a greedy thing, but considering you just die in like 3 seconds anyway, having the second life might be a big deal. Plus your spells get reset, so the second stun, the second swap, always a big plus. Speaking of which, CA2000 is going to get dragged back. The Cog pushes him out. Windrun's still going. He is still alive. Kachal has the wall plus a vacuum that he can drop. Mikey needs to be careful. No exorcism available at the moment. That's another Rod of Aethos though. They will lose Reality again. Corey with the rotation coming through. Omar gets dragged back. Will be healed up. I don't know how he got that much healing though, but is still going to die in the end. There's going to be the zip forward by Noob. Control onto Kachal. The Darkseer is going to get dragged inside Stoic's Cogs, which is not exactly where he wants to be. Noob actually needs to be careful. Rod of Aethos comes out. Jeezy with the stun. They will find a huge kill. There's no more healing left for Mikey, and Jeezy will just be hunted by Malik. In combination with the Sprout, Shaker, Whirling Death combos, it is pretty nasty. He's going to go for the TP attempt, but Malik is too big and too deadly.
Full team wipe for PSG Quest. First they killed Reality on the side. He's just dying to Nature's Prophet +1. First it was Timbersaw, now plus Storm Spirit. They have this global presence. If they catch one hero, now you have Orchid on Nature's Prophet. Storm zips in. You're not going to lack damage to kill any of these heroes. Reality trying to farm up, trying to get to his next item, which is going to be BKB after finishing off Aghanim Scepter. But yeah, still there isn't really a protection unless there's Vengeful Spirit sitting behind him constantly to swap him out of the trouble.
Yeah, it's good damage on the side of Winterbear if they have Exo. But without Exo, they are severely lacking in damage. When Gyro, because Gyro is farming on the side lanes the entire time, so he's not joining them. And yeah, it's all about Mikey at that stage.
Yeah, we'll join them now to see how this fight's gonna go. Feels like he can't just play on the other side of the map, getting caught. Maybe it's better to go with the team. Level 2 Exo is available. Dead Prophet is tanky. Mikey having this Mage Slayer, so some overtime damage. Oh no,
sorry.
It's happening again.
Yeah, disgusting, disgusting player. Does it first with the Enchantress and now with the Nature's Prophet. Denying all the XP runes. Mikey is getting close to the Shivas. That's actually a big pickup, considering you're playing against the Timbersaw. Healing reduction is always nice, and the AoE slow against the hero like Winger will be a very big plus. Shard 2. Okay, it's good on the Clockwork. Probably would have wanted it more on the Vengeful Spirit though.
Absolutely, and I did mention maybe he's gonna be blessed by getting the big boy Philly. Vengeful Spirit finds it, so halfway to the Aghanims. Only I don't know, you need
Dire's
5-6
top
minutes
tower is under
farming
attack.
with Philosopher's Stone,
Dire's
not dying to
structures
be
are
able to get that
fortified.
Ags. But you also, most of the time, want to have buyback in some of these fights closer to your base.
Dire's top tower is
Kaori.
under attack.
And they catch him here, maybe. He's worth a lot of gold.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, the Kaori is just playing it as a core. This is kind of what I expected from the Enchantress last game. Like, he's position 5 and he's got an Orchid going for a BKB. That's just,
Dire's top
that's
tower
Kaori
is
plus
under
5.
attack.
I love to see it because, you know, greedy plus 5.
That's what
is
you
fun.
do.
Yeah. Not always, but yes.
On certain heroes, yeah, I think you can go greedy. Map is big enough, especially for these global heroes who can contribute something from a different side of the map. Because no one is taking this farm, and he can easily join into a team fight. Storm getting caught. Road of Atos doesn't last long.
Yeah,
That's status
Mikey.
resistance.
Dire's top tower is
Mikey,
under attack.
the moment he saw the Storm started using his spell, he was invisible. He could wait. There was no haste behind it. He could wait for his teammates to get a little bit closer and maybe make that play, but overshot his shot there.
Reality. Very nice sound coming out from triple cooldown.
Definitely the better version right now. Previous one was a big fat meh.
His ulti was
Bad.
pretty much always underwhelming. You would see people like putting 1 point in it, sometimes even skipping it. You throw it down, it looks like it's doing something, it does absolutely nothing. Went for Spirit Dying one more time. I hear Shackle.
But Soik's just
Or
gonna
staff.
jet back. And we'll be back in his base. It looks like it's getting close to high ground push time. Tier 2 tower bottom is the last one.
Dire's structures are
Soon to be
fortified.
standing with that mid one being taken down by the Wind Ranger.
Dire's bottom tower
And
is under
does
attack.
Reality have... Like, Reality's got the same net worth as Gory. I mean, to be fair, all of the cores have about the same net worth as Gory on the Dire side. He's got the full BKB done. This NP is huge.
He has the same amount of farm as enemy carry. That's the story.
Yeah, that is terrifying. Reality. Oh, Stoic has a force staff, has hook shot in case he wants to try and get out, but will not use it. Will instead just falter. Swap onto Noob in mid. He gets silenced
That's
up.
a good one.
That's a bit of an oopsie daisy coming out from Noob. That's a huge pickup. It looked like he was in the middle of a zip as well. That was weird.
Huge chunk of gold for Dead Prophet and also Reality. He definitely needs it.
Onto Kaori, pops the BKB. He's just gonna TP
No
out
swap.
of there. No swap. That's on cooldown for another 18 seconds. He is closing in on the Aghanim Scepter though, which will be a very big pickup in team fights. And Kachal's going for the blink. He's got his own Shivas, so they're gonna have double Shivas. Yeah, they have double Shivas on the Dire side. Mikey has one, Kachal has one. That just goes to show how good that item is.
It stacks. You got 5 Shivas. Enemies just die instantly.
Yeah, they get
I mean,
light
it's
and
a
seed.
good item. I mean, I can't really blame them having some extra physical resistance against
Radiant's
Wind
middle
Ranger.
tower is under
Like,
attack.
even this Nature's Prophet is
Dire's
becoming a
bottom
core,
tower is under
and
attack.
providing vision, I think, is also the key. Plus lowering their magic resistance. So they kind of, even though it's a 14k gold lead for PSG Quest, I would say that Winter Bear managed to stabilize the game a little bit. A couple of these Stone Spirit pickoffs, these good swaps coming out from Yeezy, really made the difference. And you did mention that he is getting closer to Aghanim Scepter. Now needs another 800 gold, and he will have it.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
It's a 15k net worth lead, but a lot of that lead is on the like Kaori, who's just really fat, and obviously the cores of PSG Quest are just more farmed, but it's not like they're insanely more farmed. The 3 cores of Winter Bear are still getting some decent farm going the entire time. Ooh, Stoic just hookshotted his own Death Prophet. It's not really ideal. They're chasing in to try and go for
Good
the Timber
Shackle.
Saw. Shackle comes out. Can they get the kill? Malik is dropping dead. Timber Saw has fallen. And they're looking here for more. There is still a cheese and an Aegis available, of course, but the Death Prophet Exorcism is doing tons of work. The cheese gets eaten by tier 2000 preemptively, and he's just straight up dead.
Double buyback. I mean, fighting into... Like, when they use their abilities, like you pop the Focus Fire, you use the BKB. Afterwards, if that Prophet ulti is still running, the Shiva's Guard, and also these flak cannons flying out from Gyro, it's gonna hurt, most definitely.
Yeah, Gyro also has the BKB now done. 2k into his next item. Mikey's getting the Blink Dagger delivered. It's pretty much when Exorcism is up, you can still die. I think that's just it. Their cores do a lot of damage. Kachel died very quickly in that fight, which was a plus, so he didn't get like the big vacuum wall play going off, but it definitely does show that you need to be careful no matter what. The Storm also had to dip out pretty early in that fight, knowing that his Aegis would be popped otherwise, and maybe BKBs might be... I mean, when do you even use the BKB? This game is a little bit dangerous for PSG Quest.
Yeah, I mean, they could carry this game. They have good scaling. Vengeful Spirit just finished. Aghanim Scepter needs 40 gold, so that's very close. And then you're not afraid to die. The big one is Shard. Unfortunately for them, Clockwork picked it up. It's a 50-50, but next Shard, I think if Vengeful Spirit doesn't get it from Tormi, that they could... She could buy it herself, because it's that good. And like, you use Magic Missile maybe once, maybe 2 times before you die, and then the Aghanim Scepter Illusion at least once, 2 more times. It's a lot of stun.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty useful tool in these team fights against a hero like Wind Ranger and Storm. If they get stunned, they die very quickly. I'm actually surprised at the fact that the Timber Saw died so quickly. He just... They had a lot of damage for him. Winter Bear's being put on the timer.
Yeah, it's ticking down a couple of these pauses. But yeah, hopefully everything is good. And I believe PSG Quest, would give them some time of their own. In case things happen, if they run out of time, they would not be unpausing the game.
I mean, it's not a good look. Just even though you don't have to, it's like with just anything. Don't be mean, because if you then lose, it would be really sad.
Under attack.
It's like,
No, or if you win that way, it's just like
Yeah,
lose-lose
that's true.
situation. Unless it takes forever. It's like if it's taking like 30 minutes, then you're like, okay, this is taking way too long. We gotta play the game.
actually, there might be a rule that they're not allowed to give them their time, because a lot of tournament organizers have those rules so that they don't put the opposing team on the spot.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
Okay, Noob, he's got the Kaya Sanj done. BKB is delivered now as well, so you got the Storm Spirit ready to rumble and go ham. They've got 3 BKBs on the Radiant side for a fight. The last outer tower to be secured here by PSG Quest. Net worth wise, it's only an 11k lead at the moment. Those couple of kills trickled down into more because it gave some map advantage here
Radiant's
for
top tower
the
is
side
under
of
attack.
Winter Bear. The Tormentor will
Dire's
be
bottom tower is under
up
attack.
at what? I think they killed it at 22. So
Yeah, I think so. But look at the number of Treants attacking the tower. This is what level
look at all that
15
gold.
talent.
Oh, look at all that gold for the gyro. Give me money. She didn't go for the teleportation max stacks, which a lot of people do. Noob, the hook shot, will be able to get himself out of there. Had the Aegis, but that's the first BKB usage being used, which means they're immediately looking for a fight, knowing that without a BKB, the Storm is very capable of getting locked down. by Rod of Atos silence.
It's pretty massive. This Rod of Atos value that they got from Mikey is pretty significant. If he went for any other item, maybe Yule Scepter could do the trick, but then you can't like stun on top of it. Uh-oh, Kachal still having some problems with the internet.
Oh no. I mean, for a it's really problematic for a Darkseer if you lag. Like, you blink in and then you get a lag spike. You're like, okay. They all killed me.
It's karma. I think if anyone deserves to get the lag back, it's definitely hero like a Darkseer, because he lowers the FPS with whenever he creates a wall, all those illusions, vacuum back, FPS does drop.
That is definitely not what you're looking for. Though I do think that this is what, ping lag, stuff like that.
Him and PL, these are the two guys. Wukong's Monkey. Yeah,
oh yeah, Monkey is just, that one is always chaos for me. Luckily enough, I did upgrade my PC a couple of years ago, so I can handle most. I have had a couple of team fights where my PC is still like, this is sketchy. But that's only when you get like all the particle effects in one fight. And everyone has the beautiful skin so that you have even more brighter lighting effects. I mean, they're posturing so hard to go for a fight here. They have the Ags on the Vengeful Spirit, so that's going to be a big plus. I think that Tormentor should be coming up soon, which they really need to secure. If they... Who else would get it? It could go to the Darkseer, which is...
Yeah, it's not the greatest, but Darkseer is super tanky. Currently sitting at 50 armor. Ooh, and another hook shot onto his ally, but he will connect.
He does get caught. Toy quickly getting out of there, and they do manage to get the kill.
5 seconds for Aegis.
Yeah, it's about to expire. TA2000 is being chased on the side. They try to get the vacuum wall onto TA2000, but he'll be able to disengage for the time being. BKB TP out by Kaori.
Another BKB.
Yeah, they're forcing out all the BKBs here. In the meantime, Tormentor did respawn. They got a kill. They didn't really lose it. Yeah, they used their ultis, but they didn't really lose anything.
Yeah, Mikey didn't even pop Exo. He's slightly more patient with it now, and they will go for Tormentor. Fingers crossed for Yeezy to get it.
And that is bad luck. That's just... Gaben doesn't like him.
Immediately puts in his Philosopher's Stone. He's like, okay, I need to get some money. Buy this. Buy this shard and buy my Ghost Scepter.
So Mikey currently, he's got the E-Blade queued up. Is there a moment where you would even upgrade the Rod of Atos to a Gleipnir?
How many items does he still have? Well, he's running out of slots, to be honest. He's gonna need to make some massive upgrades. We're talking about rather Blink, Bots, or Mage Slayer's not upgradable anymore. Going into E-Blade next, so not like greatest synergy between his ulti and Exo, but it's gonna be more of a defensive tool against Windranger, maybe save his teammates, grid against Nature's Prophet as well. Gives him some okay stats, and yeah, he has a lot of ways of disjointing the fight. Ogre Steel Totem, this Ghost Scepter, swap from Vengeful Spirit, and again, in terms of net worth, Winterbear are doing a really good job. We didn't talk too much about reality, but he's getting his items up. This is Aghanim Scepter first item, you know, casual Falcon Blade, I don't know if you consider that a full item, and then into BKB, now has MKB, so some heavy magical damage. And great against Windranger. Windranger also holding on to Nemesis Curse, so having this Blast Cannon makes him... He have it? He does.
They have two ways of interrupting the BKB TP as well, and Gory is gonna die, but there is a rotation nearby coming in that they need to be very careful of. Or it does get spotted. Omar is quickly dropping to Kachal while the fight continues, and the Windranger finds his target, and that is... no reality left in the fight. GZ is going to be the next one down. Mikey's in trouble. He is silenced up, so he can't even get more Spirit Siphons going, and the fight goes alright very quickly.
Oh, if they get focused down like that, this was a buyback from Kaori. TA 2000 plus Bloodthorn on a target, you just instantly die, pretty much. So, gotta be careful. It took them slightly longer to kill this Nature's Prophet because how farmed he is. This hero doesn't go down that quickly. Buybacks, there is one available on Vengeful Spirit. Gyro doesn't have it. Mikey does have it, but they might be forced to use it. Otherwise, they will lose at least a set of barracks if they want to commit. Quest, Roshan will respawn in 2.5 minutes, so nothing of value could be lost. And TA 2000, he's going in.
Yeah, it's a hook shot as well by Stoic. He doesn't have a buyback for 18 seconds. And they're actually going pretty deep here for that kill. I'm wondering why. The swap comes out. Again, it's mid. I didn't know that you could swap someone mid-zip. That's weird.
I don't know if you can target it. Maybe if he, like... I gotta test this out, because this one definitely looked like he swapped him out mid-zip. I didn't see the first one that you mentioned. Back.
Oh. Will they get the kill? TA 2000 pops the BKB, is on the run. Vengeful Spirit needs to get surged. They give it to the Clockwork to possibly get the hook shot in. But they lost a set of racks. Net width wise, they jumped up pretty significantly. But the plus side is Gyro hasn't used his BKB yet. The previous fight, bottom lane, he didn't get his BKB off, got shackle shot, and got nuked. If he gets the BKB off in that situation and Bloodthorn gets removed, plus the Satanic is almost done, that fight could go completely differently.
Gyro's getting closer to his Satanic. I think you invest all of your gold. He does have Paladin Sword as well. Needs all the sustain he can get. If he gets shackled, most likely he's still gonna die unless he gets swapped. There's still tier 1 tower available there. Bottom lane is pushing in. PSG Quest, they should know something is up.
Yeah, they're looking for Roche. There's an army of creeps in their base, so they definitely know that they're looking for Roche. And they have a couple of ways to scout out if there is something in Roche. Kachal, is he going to go for the blind jump? Yes, he is. They do manage to get the swap in onto Wind Ranger as well. Malik pops his Aghanim Scepter going forward. Stoic in trouble. Gets the hook shot. Line up onto TA 2000 and gets away in the process. My lord, that was so clean. Malik pops the BKB. He's trying to run away from reality, chasing him down. The base is in the meantime being destroyed. Malik silenced up. Mikey doesn't have another rod, and they will get him out. Storm's going to be zipping back to safety as well. Kachal TP's back to base to try and keep his tier 3 tower alive. And they're going to turn their attention towards Roche. 60 seconds, no Wind Ranger available. I don't know if you saw that, but that was like Stoic force-staffed himself to have a lineup towards the hook shot, and it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah, they were still not done. Still searching. Another swap in a couple of seconds.
And GZ
that was a good
alive.
observer ward place. Like this observer ward where Vengeful Spirit is standing right now gives them just enough vision for Kachal to catch a glimpse, blinks in, gets the Shiva's guard, provides even more vision, and then
worse.
back.
Kachal jumped without seeing them. They were smoked. They were under their tower smoked, and he just blindly gets the jump in. Which is
that's even more impressive. And there it is. They are going to find this observer ward while they're doing Roche. Roche already dropping dead. This is Aghanim Scepter Cheese. Let's see who picks it up. They're going to give it to Darkseer. Okay, normal punch. I got to advocate for this, like, normal punch. It has to be, normal is 3 out of 5. It has to be something stronger. Well, Super punch, ultra punch, cool punch.
It's what's it called? One Punch Man reference, where it's like normal.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's like an anime wombo combo reference. But there is a chase coming in here. They actually gave the Aghanim Scepter to Mikey, who now has a top net width of the game. So you got a pretty nasty DP coming in on the backline. Kachal is going to get controlled up, taken down by TA 2000. There's going to be a buyback coming from Stoic. Reality needs to be careful. Does still have that Aegis though. Yeah, they're getting pretty good. That Aghanim Scepter is a pretty big buff to Mikey. Needs the shard though. Still doesn't have it on DP.
Yeah, I think they need Hex. I think that Prophet will need to like sell one of these items and pick up Hex instead. Sure, E-Blade is fine, but yeah, the whole upgrade is more about using it on your allies. You do have Ghost Scepter of your own. And this is also buyback from Stoic, but they definitely lack control. They need someone to just lock onto a target and kill it. I don't see anybody else buying an item like a Hex because they are not farmed enough.
So, there are 2 heroes left that need a shard. One of them is the DP that really needs one, and the other one is the Gyrocopter that, like, kind of would be kind of cool to have one from the Tormentor. Are we going to get to see another unlucky moment for the Dire side in terms of the shard distribution from the Tormentor?
Probably. I mean, they've been pretty unlucky. Even though I don't mind the jetpack, I just consider Vengeful Spirit in this situation to be much better. He finally bought one for himself.
And yeah, I mean, they're going to be pushed back towards the base even with that Aegis, but that's just the reality of the game. You're also playing against an Age Prophet, Storm, Timbersaw, Wind Ranger, so they have split pushing tools on the side of Quest to be just the biggest nuisance. But I do like the fact that they have DP Ags, Darkseer Ags with the normal punch as you mentioned, Gyrocopter Ags, Venge Ags. Only Clockwork still needs his Ags. So the next Roshan will be a juicy one.
Holding the Aegis for another 2 minutes. Let's see if they can get a pick off. I mean, this instant Hex or like blink Hex on Mikey could be very deadly. I'm just wondering what he's gonna swap out. Mage Slayer gives him magic resistance, which makes him much tankier, but I don't know how much right clicks he's getting in anyway.
Middle tower is under attack.
And Noob's actually going for a Mjolnir on the Storm.
Dire's middle tower
That's
has fallen.
That's an unconventional item at this stage of the game.
Maybe he wants to deal with those Darkseer illusions, deal some damage. I mean, Gyrocopter has a lot of armor, and also it synergizes well with Parasma because you are lowering their magic resistance by 20%.
Yeah, but you're getting your level 25 down anyway. Mjolnir is just... You're not against, like... I mean, the illusions are annoying, but it's not the reason that you're losing these fights.
No, I get it. I mean, there are other options that he could go for. Hex, of course, is the one. Aghanim Scepter. Maybe he was thinking that they are going to be in control of Roshan on Dire side, so he can pick up that Aghanim Scepter from Rosh.
Oh, yeah, that might be it. That he's like, nah, I'll get it for free in a bit anyway. Why would I invest all my money in that item? Speaking of investing money in item score, he's got a full freaking satanic. This Nature's Prophet is like, he's ahead of Noob. He's just chilling among. He's the odd one out right there amongst all the cores.
And he went for a different item this time. Leash doesn't sound as good because, like, in the first game it was amazing since they were playing against Pango and Faceless Void, but this time he went for 100% mischance for sprouted unit, so that's going to be okay against Gyro, but he does have MKB, so
it's actually not that good.
It's like 20%.
Yeah. Which is less fortunate. I mean, it's not like it really matters this game because you have a Timbersaw on your team and like Wind Ranger, so they're gonna power shot and chakram all the trees down anyway. So you're not really holding anyone in place regardless. I mean, if you had the Sprout Leash and you would just get it on, like, it would be amazing to hold DP just in place at one side of the fight.
They have how many? 1 Force Staff. One is being built by GZ. Swap potentially to get out, but yeah.
I actually don't really have that many ways to get out of Sprout. Oof.
Uh-oh, Monka moment. 1 minute remaining.
And this time it's Stoic. That's Turkish internet. So, well, while this 1 minute's going on, you might as well just quickly DC Kachal and fix it. So you don't have any more time left after this.
Stoic has a lot of gold.
I assume you pressed on gyro and then Stoic.
Yeah, maybe that. God damn it, these pauses.
I was also
still,
like, he has 5k gold, he has 8k net worth. Something's wrong here.
Yeah, but if this is correct, he's sitting at 3.8k gold. If that one is correct.
Unless you pressed on
No,
Mikey and
so
then on the clockwork. It's pretty much whoever you pressed on previously, you'll see their net worth.
All right, how do we get clockwork then?
You have to do math. You have to be like, okay, he's got tranquil boots. That's about like $1,000. You got magic wand, 500. And then add everything up. He's got 8.47k net worth. Okay. More math. Yep. This is totally not my game anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have to unpause the game. Noob with some Chad moment, and he wants to give them a couple of minutes of their own time.
That's nice. They don't want to lose all the love that the org has at this stage. Not sure what's happening with internet today. Yep.
I almost feel bad. Almost feel bad.
That's a little bit on the more unfortunate side. Stoic did just log into Dota. Luckily enough, that's the only one I have on my friends list, so I know he's here. Yay.
There he is.
I mean, it would be a sad way to end this game with how hard Winterbear has been fighting to hold on the entire time through. They've been backs against the wall the entire game. Net worth has been like 15k since, what, 20 minutes? It's about the same the entire time through. It's pretty impressive how much resilience they've been putting up.
Yeah. Oof. I didn't notice this, but Gyrocopter level 20, he took a rocket barrage damage over 3 flat cannon attacks. That's a bit of a weird one.
That must be a mistake.
It has to be a misclick for sure. It always happens with Gyrocopter. Insania, Gyrocopter as well pick during his time in Alliance.
Oh, the offlane Faceless Void. That one was...
This.
Honestly, I initially thought that was actually what was meant to be played, because Faceless Void offlane was a hero that China ran a couple of times, so it was like, oh yeah, they probably did it as well. I think Inflame did it a lot back in those days.
Oh, man, Inflame, that's a nickname I haven't heard in a while.
Happy that like all the Chinese legends that pretty much quit the game all came back. So like China completely dropped down in the rankings, and all the Chinese players are like, okay, we gotta come back. The new generation's not there completely yet.
Yeah, FY Ori, please come back.
And right now it's just, Chalice and Somnus are waiting until it gets closer towards the big tournament at the end of the year.
Oof, man, this 3 attacks from Flat Cannon, this is pretty massive compared to Rocket Barrage. And he has Divine Rapier queued up. Let's see if he buys that, or if he wants to buy a Blink first. I think it might be Divine Rapier time. Fight near the Ancients, that's the call, because you have 50 extra damage with the Ancient Guardian.
It's a strange item.
It really is.
I'm not really the biggest fan of it, or at all, especially considering how good tier 4 items are. It's just 50 damage. And even if it's like plus 100 damage, I'm like, but the other one's like, you can smoke yourself, or you can invis yourself, or there's like a ton of other items. I want to see what other choices he had.
Yeah, or there's Mindbreaker, which is a no-brainer most of the time.
Yeah, for
Let's see who gets it. Yeah, now this level 20 talent with Shard, Rocket Barrage damage, pretty pog.
Wow.
Wow, yeah,
Mikey is sad. Mikey is so sad. Yeah, I would also just disconnect right now. He didn't get the shard. He has to buy one.
See ya, guys. So he bought Overwhelming Blink, doesn't want to sell any of his items yet, but I'm a big advocate for Hex. Just get Hex anyone somehow against Wind Ranger, against the Storm Spirit Timber Saw. You have instant initiation. Gyrocopter also upgrading his Blink. So they're investing all of the gold.
That was a fast reconnect. He
was.
He reconnects and Noob's like, no, I'm not waiting. It's like a pub reconnect right there. Like, okay, this is the timer. He's back. Okay, go. They've been. I mean, to be fair, you lose your flair, you lose your concentration with the long pauses. It's rough for both teams. Ooh, I like this. Kachal's got the A on this. Though, as I say, that Corey is almost done with the nullifier, so he's handling all the really big items this game.
Staying one step ahead. Nature's Prophet is massive. This is... Oof. Trickster Cloak, Satanic, BKB, sitting at 26 armor at the moment. If he uses teleportation, getting some extra armor from that as well, gonna be extremely difficult to kill. And always be careful about NP buying back, coming back into a fight. Right now, Kaori doesn't have a buyback, but yeah, you need just whenever there's a Nature's Prophet at the later stages of the game, start thinking how to kill him twice, because he's definitely gonna come back.
Well, Gyro has a Swift Blink now. Everything ready. Next item, as you said, Rapier Gaming. That's what we want to see. Multiple Rapiers coming in the game. Are there any heroes? Because I know that I've seen some builds, like on meme builds, where you have like double Rapier and Kanda on like Spirit Breaker. And then they just charge someone on the other side of the map and they die instantly.
Yeah, that was a thing until it got fixed in B version, because it specifically said on Spirit Breaker. Let me just find that real quick.
I love
Spirit
those
Breaker.
videos, though. And Spectre had one as well, where that stuff happened. It was weird.
So yeah, this item was specifically nerfed. It says Phylactery Kanda now procs on impact rather than on cost. So
Yeah. Well, Spectre still works then.
Charge.
So on Spectre, you can still get double Rapier plus Kanda, and then just one-shot someone from from your base.
People like this is why Dota is the best game in the world, because there's always going to be these like weird things that you can do. People will find things to exploit, and there's going to be a huge fight. Blink again, swap immediately.
Does get focused down. DA2000 did use his ulti on it, but does have the talent. Comes the damage onto Malik, jump on the back line. Reality, the vacuum wall comes out and they blow up Noob. He's very quickly taken care of. Omar's going to be the next one down. J2000's on the run, and it's the chase of the Dire hunting for blood. Jeezy has his illusion coming up. Will get nuked quickly because they don't want to have to swap happen. Malik is going to get taken down, and Kaori is surrounded by enemies. Shackle shot. The swap comes back in.
They're doing it.
And Kaori is dead. He does have the buyback, as you previously mentioned. GA2000 trying to get the swap away, but he is gonna get controlled up, and a huge engagement coming in right in front of the Roche pit that has just respawned as well. So they can get themselves another Aghanim Scepter. That one can go to the Clockwork, as he is the only one that still needs an Ags, and the entire net with advantage is swapped sides. They've only lost a single hero in that fight. Okay, make that 2 heroes. Somehow, they managed to still get a fight going on.
He got punched. Omar, that's his buyback.
Oh, this is
These
really
are some
dangerous.
Massive kills that they're getting. And there was a pretty cool play from Jeezy, who had his illusion. The Aghanim Scepter 1, and on 1 HP, he uses buyback, comes back into a fight immediately, uses another stun. So that was pretty cool. And also now seeing the finally a shard on that Prophet in the full effect. That was what stopped Vindranger's TP from going off. So they will pick up Cheese, Aghanim Scepter, Vengeful Spirit can give it to Clockwork. Man, these are some really big fights. This team doesn't go down. Like, this team is very good at team fighting.
Yeah, that Kachal catch as well. They were like having a little bit of a brawl on the side, and you just see Kachal slowly but surely, like a panther creeping up towards its prey, just walking close and then hitting a big 3-man vacuum wall. In comes the swift blink from Reality as well on the gyrocopter, and it just melts. That Noob was dead in like a split second with all the crits coming in.
He is going for Divine Rapier, holding the Aegis for another 4 minutes. 8 the Aghanim Scepter. Now everybody on the team does have Ags, I believe. Yeah, that is one dropped in the fountain. Some dust and clarities to look even cooler.
Mikey's got 2 cheeses, by the way, because 1 cheese is for suckers, 2 cheeses for ballers.
No one... if it's the same type of cheese. Must be, right? Because they stack. You can't stack no Gouda on blue cheese or something.
Oh my god,
they need to be on a different shelf.
Disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah, someone would get fired from the supermarket.
Also, I just really don't like blue cheese. I do love Gouda though. Oh, I love cheese, but just some old cheese is pretty nice, but I'm not a big fan of blue cheese. Or cumin cheese. That one's also weird.
Ooh. Vacuum. Missed for now. Level 25 Darkseer, 2 Ion Shell charges. Divine Rapier. It's assembled down to half HP already. They need to help him out a little bit. He doesn't have any move speed. Does have Surge, however.
He's getting close to the enemy's Ancient, so
yeah,
he'll get the buff if he fights next to it, at the very least. Exorcism comes out from Mikey, trying to melt some buildings. Their top lane is being split pushed in the meantime. As we speak, the swap comes out. They pop the Aegis. Can they get him a second time? Windranger's ulti is going to be on cooldown because it technically doesn't count as a skill, but the big vacuum wall inside the cogs. They're stuck. 4 staffs trying to get themselves out. Mikey's in trouble. Takes a heap of damage from TA2000, and Mikey is blown up. Will lose his first life. Malik are they going to be able to get themselves back towards the front? Malik is dead. Does have another buyback available. And the gyrocopter is stuck inside the sprout. No, that's the rapier on deck. They're all trying to run away right now. Mikey bought back for this. Needs to be very careful, is in a very precarious position. And Kachal, they actually turned it onto TA2000. They dropped the rapier again. TA2000 has a buyback to rejoin, but Mikey not going to be so lucky. He is dead. There is no money on the gyro for a buyback. The base is being pushed in. This might just be it for the side of Winterbear in game number 2.
Oof, Gyrocopter died so quickly. That first life was gone almost immediately, and then you could see him hesitating. He did not want to go in. So that's a long 100 seconds. There's also double damage available. TA2000 will pick it up. DD plus Divine Rapier. I think this might be it. Windranger sitting at 900 plus damage at the moment.
Yeah, that's not good. That is focus fire. Well, you might as well just 2-hit someone instead of going for the focus fire play, but yeah, the only one with a buyback left is the Clockwork. Gyro didn't have the money because he bought that specific rapier. And now his inventory looks so empty on the gyro.
It's so sad. You have 4 items, basically. And now they have Mega Creeps as well. 25 seconds without gyro. I don't know if they have another fight. The heroes die so quickly.
They're trying to go for something. Kachal gets the drag back. Normal punch, refresher. Going for a second round. Vacuum wall again. They're trying to finish off the Ancient though before the gyrocopter comes back alive. And TA2000 dropping very low. The gyro, he's up in 3 seconds. Can he get the damage in? They need the right click. So TA2000's dead, but
still gonna go down.
Gets it done. It was so very close. That could have gone horribly wrong for PSG Quest, but they do manage to recover in the nick of time to take this to a 3-map series.